Hey again everyone and welcome to another episode of Beards and Board Games with me, Georgie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Carcassonne, 2 to 5 player tile laying game that you should all be familiar with, so if you're not, check it out, play it, get it, whatever. The game itself, like I said, plays from 2 to 5 player. It's about, you have 7 meeples, which again you should all be familiar with if you're watching board game reviews and channels and stuff. If not, you will see them in a second. It's about strategically laying meeples down which you can't take back until you score them, which is, you've only got so many, so you think, do I put them down here, do I not put them down here? So there is a lot of strategy involved in it as well, and it's essentially the highest point score wins. So how you get there, you will see. Let's go and have a look at Carcassonne. Okay guys, this is the typical setup for Carcassonne. You've got your starting tile here, which is cleverly labelled at my end. It won't come that way. This will be the one that's black, everything else will be grey. The reason it's got a sticker on it is because the river expansion is also black in the back, so take no heed of that, or no notice. Each player will also take 8 meeples of his own colour. You get to choose his own colour, his chosen colour, and one of those meeples is used for the scoring track. So on the scoring track, you'd see it goes from 1 to 50. If you happen to get past 50, if you're an excellent player, put your meeple flat and just put them round again. And that just is an easy way to keep count. Or I've heard other variations. Again, there's so many different ways to do it, but this is the way you're supposed to do it. Put it flat, put them round again so you know you've been round once. So I will put my meeple on here and then go. So the aim of the game is to, well, the game ends when all these tiles are played, and the winner is the person who has the most points, as seen on this score track, which is the only real board in the game, really, because the rest of it is tile laying. Now, what do you do with the other 7 meeples, and apart from throw them across the table like I keep doing? So there's a couple of things they can do, or a couple, I say 4. They can either be a thief, which is a meeple placed on a road, like so. Now you can only place a meeple on the tile that you have laid that turn. Now it can be placed on a road to be a thief. Now a road would be finished when it hits either a cross junction or any sort of junction, or the end of one of the castles or cities, sorry. And when it does that, again, that would be the end of the road. Once a road's complete, he would get 1 point for each tile that the road all connects to. Now I'm not going to go through all the point scoring. That'll probably be the only point scoring I'm going to go through, because different variations of Carcassonne have different variations of scoring. So I mean, it doesn't vary too much in regards to the meeples, but I'm not going to go into it too much, because otherwise I might tell you something that might be incorrect in sort of today's Carcassonne, because my version is quite an older one. So as I said, you can put him on the road to be a thief. You can put him on the city, and then once the city is completed as well, you would then score him. That's classed as a knight. Sorry. He could also be a farmer, where you lay him, or most people, I don't know why, lay them flat on their back on the piece of land, and that piece of land is only broken by roads, rivers if you've got the expansion, cities if they go right to the edge of the tile without other tiles being placed beside them, and you would score. Oh, again, I'm not going to go into scoring. I'm very close to doing that every time. And the other thing you can do is be a monk, which can only happen when you find a cloister, which is a little church steeple looking tile. I'll hopefully get one to show you. So the first player would say draw a tile here. Oh, okay. So he would put that here, and then he's going to put a knight there. Second player would go. Okay, so he wouldn't want to put that there, because that would benefit him quite greatly. Say he would put this here, and then the second player would put his knight on there, if he wanted to place a knight, of course. Now you'll see this one has a blue shield on it. At the end, the blue shield is extra points. So it's the one there. Let's say, so there's a road. You could only join the road to the road. You see how things work here? Fairly simple. Has to join exactly as it is. So grass needs to meet grass, road needs to meet road, city needs to meet city, whatever angle that's going at there. Now, in order to score all the things, you need to complete it. Score a city, it must be completely surrounded by walls. Okay, so that would class, for example, as 1, 2, 3. So that would be the 3 tiles there, and then you would take your time you scored. Of course, you would move up the score track there. I mean,
that's really the basis of the game. I'm not really going to go into too much more because it's such a simplistic mechanism, but there's so much strategy behind it. I was going to show you guys the cloister as well, I believe. So let me just try and find that. If I can find that. There it goes. Now with that tile, the only way that tile can be scored is if it's completely surrounded by other tiles. And that's how that one's complete. And that's the only rules to it, really. I guess the only thing I should have mentioned was the farmer doesn't get scored until the end. So if you put a farmer down, really think about it, because you aren't going to get him back into your hand. Once everything else scores, you get them back into your hand, and then you can place them down again to score more points with them later on. The farmers, that's it. Once they're down, that's it. Let's go and take a look at what I thought.
So everyone, what did I think of Carcassonne overall? Awesome. Really, really awesome. Since the first time I played it, I've loved this game. The meeples are cute, the artwork's cute, the tile lane's awesome, the scoring I really, really enjoy as well. The one thing that kind of lets it down is sometimes not the tile I'm looking for. Oh, that's not the tile I'm looking for. Or, these aren't the tiles you're looking for. Oh, these aren't the tiles we're looking for. Move along. So, I don't know, it's just... sometimes it can be very stressful in that aspect, but the game itself is very, very fun. It doesn't last long enough to be great, like very stressful when you're waiting for a tile, as long as you don't take it seriously. I love the scoring. I like how it can also sort of turn around at the end as well, depending on your farmers. Yeah, I love a farmer. It's just a fun game. That's my opinion of it. What do you guys think of Carcassonne? Let me know. Do you guys prefer one of the variants, or do you guys prefer playing it with one of the expansions? Just comment down below and let me know. Otherwise, catch you guys later.